Hello! Welcome back, fellow chatterers and book lovers, and anyone else who is curious or lost. And today we are doing another one shot, no edit book tag. Woohoo! Let's do this! So, I have my big cup of tags, the tea of tags, and we're going to do the Contradictions Book Tag today, which I'm really excited about doing. I have really enjoyed watching so many other people doing this tag, and I was so kindly tagged by Jess from the channel Me, Myself and I really enjoyed her tag. It was a lot of fun. This original tag was created by Daniela from the channel Only If for a Page, and she is an eclectic reader, so thank you very much, Daniela, for creating this tag. I'm having so much fun watching all of these. So yes, Jess very kindly tagged me. She got very spicy with some of her opinions. Let's see if my opinions are considered spicy, if they're contradictory, if I'm going to be doing some unpopular opinions on here. Let's find out. So what random one am I going to pull out first? I have two, so let's just do one. I have question 6. No, I can't read it in the camera. I did not like this author's book, but this book I like. Okay, so I don't have many books where I try an author again. Usually I think if I didn't like one book by this author, I'm probably not going to enjoy their books. I didn't enjoy their style, the way they told the stories, so I'm probably not going to enjoy it. Maybe I should do more of that. Maybe if I'm looking for something to read, maybe I should do trying to give authors a second chance. Maybe I should try it. Maybe I'm doing them a disservice, but generally I don't do it. But there is one. Oh no, actually there's two. So one I am going to try again is Naomi Novik. I do want to read Spinning Silver, having previously not enjoyed one of her books. So I'm going to try Spinning Silver at some point this year and see if I enjoy it, because I do like the sound of the premise and Rumpelstiltskin, so we'll see. The other one is Leo Tolsky. One moment. Tolstoy. I should know this. I should know how to say his name, but I don't. Leo Tolstoy. I have enjoyed the BBC drama War and Peace. But one of his other books I didn't enjoy. At some point I will read War and Peace, but not right now. Okay, next question. What is in the teacup? It is number 7. I love this cover, but not this book. So this works well. I have just spoken about giving Naomi Novik a second chance. So the book cover that I absolutely think is beautiful is Uprooted. The UK hardcover is the specific one I'm looking at for this. I mean, the other covers are fine, but it's the UK hardcover where it's kind of got that white frosting around the edges. There's the forest at the top, and then like the little tower place. It looks beautiful, but Uprooted was the book that I read from her that didn't work for me. It just didn't get me. I couldn't connect to the main character. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was like I struggled with her choices. There was a lot I liked. I liked kind of the village aspect. I liked kind of the threat of the danger. I didn't enjoy the wizardy character at all. I didn't like him at all, and I felt he was supposed to be like a grey area character, and for me I just didn't like him. We would not be friends at all. I do not approve. I don't approve. But I did enjoy the wood. I really thought the wood was really cool, and the way it kind of would creep up, and you know, if you got in the woods, danger, danger, danger. But yes, that book didn't work for me. So pretty cover, but did not enjoy the book. Okay, question 3 we have. I hate this. Question 3, I can't read. It's question 8. Question 8. Question 8, I hate this cover, but love this book. And I actually have a book for this one because I own this one. So I absolutely love this book. Men at Arms by Terry Pratchett. But I hate the cover. Hate the cover. Hate the cover. I'm very sorry. All those Pratchett fans who love Josh Kirby's illustrations. I'm sure it's a fabulous art style. It's not my cup of tea. But what I really dislike is the classic thing that we have on some fantasy books where the characters are not drawn in the way they are described in the book. So here we have a character who is very much done in your classic 80s fantasy. Here's a woman, let's give her thighs and breasts and then put her in a skimpy outfit. Angora would not wear this. She is a member of the Watch. She is a professional woman. She would not be wearing these clothes. Dislike. I just don't like the style at all. It doesn't make me want to read the book. And this is a troll, and he looks like some kind of like lava monster, which I suppose is Rocky, but he's got gleaming red eyes and appears to love gold. I don't know why he's wearing stripy trousers. It just doesn't say detritus to me at all. No, just no. Then the back, just no, just not a good cover. I absolutely love the book though. It's one of my favourites. It's the second book in Terry Pratchett's The Watch series. I can't remember what number it is out of all his Discworld ones, but this is one of the ones where the Discworld is, he's really kind of got to grips with what he wants to do with Discworld. And just this, I love seeing the expansion of the Watch to include more people. I think the characters that we meet in here really complement the original Watch. And it's just great to see it go from strength to strength. And I think all of the characters in here grow. We get more Porkian politics. And it's so much fun and hilarious. There are so many hilarious scenes in this book. My particular favourites are the weapon choosing scenes and the threatening of the day watch with those. They are a lot of fun. I'm really holding out hope. I have Guards in a beautiful illustrated version. I'm really holding out hope they do the rest of the Watch series in that illustrated copy because I really want Men at Arms illustrated, because that's done by Paul Kidby, and Paul Kidby's artwork I love. It's like Discworld come to life. It's just so perfect, and it's exactly how I imagine the characters. You can see the emotions behind them, and it's beautiful. Moving on, next question. Okay, we have question number 1 here. This is, I like this genre, but not this book. So this is a nice, easy one that you can go totally out there with, because there's no way you're going to love every book in every genre, no matter what your favourites are. So I have 2 here. So for fantasy books, here's my first unpopular opinion. I love fantasy books. My favourite genre. I did not like Joe Abercrombie's The Blade Itself. Sorry, Joe Abercrombie fans, but not sorry, because there's so many of you and there's so many people who love this book. We don't all need to appreciate it. Sure, Joe Abercrombie is a fabulous author, great guy, but his books don't work for me. I mean, I enjoy Glockter, I think everyone does, but Glockter is not enough to save this book. I got annoyed by so many of the characters. I just couldn't find any enjoyment or interest in the rest of the characters. They were either highly annoying and irritating, or made stupid choices, or just were flat. Sorry, but you don't need me to like it, and I'm quite happy that's a book series I don't need to be reading, because there's so many other stuff I want to read. So Abercrombie fans, enjoy yourselves in your book love, but it didn't work for me. The second one, I like thriller. When I like thrillers, I really like thrillers. And there was one thriller, and I think it was one of those overhyped ones. So I fell for the hype. I was so excited by this thriller. I was so ready for this thriller. I was like, yes, this is going to be amazing. We'll have the best time with this. I was reading the book going, okay, it'll get good soon. Waiting for it to take off and happen. Got quite far into this book, and it has, I don't get why everyone loves it. Maybe it's because of the twist. I think this is what happens. And that's what happened, and I guessed the twist. And so when the twist came, I was like, yeah, That's what I thought. And then I still didn't enjoy watching it fall out because I just didn't like either of the characters in the book that were described. I didn't get behind the mystery or what was going to happen, or I just didn't enjoy myself with it at all. I found some of it quite problematic. And I couldn't find anything redeeming about it. And I think it just wasn't for me. And that was Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I did not enjoy Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I know you're not supposed to like the characters. I know they're supposed to be unlikable, but I thought there'd be something that would pull me in, and I'd be like, yes, I just can't keep reading. It's just so addictive, even though I hate them. I wanted to love hating them, but I didn't even do that. I just found the characters annoying. I couldn't find one character that I enjoyed, and I need something to root for in that. I didn't care if the mystery was solved or not. I didn't find it thrilling either. I think because I didn't care about the characters. I didn't feel like I was bothered about their fate. So it didn't work for me. I don't know if it's just because it was a psychological thriller and I needed more of an action thriller plot and someone to root for, but I just didn't enjoy it. So there we go. A couple of unpopular opinions there for you to digest. Next one is number 3. I like this trope, but not this book. So this one, sorry, moving my legs again. This one I found quite difficult because a lot of the tropes that I really love, I tend to have enjoyed in the books. So I don't know if they count as a trope. Maybe it's more of a aspect of books rather than a trope. But I've gone with politics and political alliances and prepping for war. So that kind of theme where you have two people kind of coming together to make a political alliance and they don't necessarily get on but want the same goal, and that can be quite fun. And then you're all trying to pull together to kind of go through and prep for against the greater evil. So I enjoyed that kind of thing. I didn't enjoy Leigh Bardugo's Siege and Storm. It was a bit of a meh book for me. So the protagonist is trying to make a political alliance with a new character that we get in this book who is well loved. And don't get me wrong, I love that character. That character was fantastic. That character was so much fun. Sadly, he couldn't save the book for me because I was just so annoyed by the rest of it. I found the protagonist annoying. I found the other characters annoying. And because of that, I felt their agency wasn't kind of going anywhere. It was just, I get that you're having to go against things that you would like for yourself. But if you're going to be this person and you want to help people, then embrace that and suck it up and show some agency and kind of get involved a bit more. It just felt we were constantly overshadowed with personal life stuff, and it just really brought the book down. I wasn't excited about the politicking or the war preparation. It was just a relief when finally stuff started to happen. I was like, oh great, here's the action, thank you. It didn't work for me. And the second one, and I have the book for this one on me, and this is, I enjoy kind of stories set in a ballroom society. I enjoy challenging those societal conventions. But this book, although it involves that, I didn't enjoy. And that's Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina. So I was excited about this because, like I said, I enjoyed the drama of War and Peace and kind of the things that were being explored in that book and the characters in that book. So I was excited to read Anna Karenina and see this story, and I knew that it was exploring kind of challenging society and, truthfully having an affair rather than hiding having an affair, and being honest and open about falling out of love with the person you married or having never loved them and wanting to be with the person that you love in the face of everything, and how unfair it is that, men are, it doesn't matter if men do that, but it does matter if women do that. And whilst those things were explored, I just, again, couldn't really connect with the characters because I was annoyed by their decisions. I didn't understand Anna's choice. I found him really annoying. I was like, really? For him? You're sacrificing everything for him? Wow. And I couldn't get on board with that. I just didn't find anything redeeming about him. And she had so much in the rest of her life. It just, although society is wrong about, you know, the difference between treating men and women, that a man can get away with stuff and a woman can't. I think that made me angry as well. And the other storylines didn't make up for it. I just didn't get on with this book either. So, and if you've heard me talk about this book before, you'll know my favourite part of this was the farming. I loved the farming chapters. I love we want to this farm is struggling, and we not just generally farms, but just generally and sort of enterprises struggling, and we want this to be turned around and make it workable for everyone, and against all odds we want to kind of push forward with this goal and make this farm a success. I was here for that bit. I could get behind that and root for that, but I couldn't really root for anything else in here. So I did think the end was well done, and there were certain things that were interesting and explored, but it was a lot to get through. Okay, been blathering on about that for long enough. Let's get another tag from the tea. We have question number 5, which is, I like this author, but did not like this book. Got 2 again. So this one hurts me. It really hurts me. But the 4th book in the Goth Girl series by Chris Riddell, I borrowed it from the library, thank goodness. I don't own it, and I never will, because I didn't enjoy it. And that really hurts, because I love Chris Riddell. I love his Otterlane series. I love his Goth Girl series. I love the work he did with Paul Stewart on Muddle Earth and the Edge Chronicles. His art is incredible. His amazing drawings and his imagination and the whimsical worlds he creates are just wonderful. But I just found this last Goth Girl book just didn't sit well with me. I think because it explores finding her a mum, and I didn't think it was necessary. I thought she's fine being the only child of a single dad. I think that's okay. I don't think she needs a mum to complete this family story. I think she's absolutely fine without one. And I thought it was wonderful how maybe children that don't have a mum could read this book and be like, yay, here's someone that doesn't have a mum either. Wonderful. So it felt a shame that was taken away. I also love her governess. Her governess is so cool, and I think, you know, that helps with the whole feel of the book. And she was no longer present. I can't remember, something happened in the 3rd book that was because of that. But anyway, she wasn't present. And I'd much rather we didn't find a replacement mum and we stuck with the really cool governess. That would have been better. And there was another character there's a lot of parodies in these books. So the first one looked at like amusing like plays on kind of like literature characters from sort of Gothic literature and things, and kind of wove them into the story. So like there were little kind of nods for those. Then there was kind of a chef parody in the next one about famous celebrity chefs, mixed with more Gothic-y bits as well. This one we had some celebrities, like we had a singer celebrity, and then we had a political celebrity. So sadly, Donald Trump came into the book in a parody form. I was like, I do not want Donald Trump in my wonderful escapism middle grade books. I don't want that in there. I'm not having fun with this. So it didn't work at all for me. So, and it makes me sad because I love his books. And the second one was A Feast for Crows by George R.R. Martin, which is the 4th book in the Game of Thrones. No. It's the 4th book in A Song of Ice and Fire. I really liked Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings, Storm of Swords. Got to Feast for Crows. I felt it got too big. and my brother tells me off. It's his world. He can do what he likes. That's the amazing of it. He can expand as far as he wants. It's like, yes, but you still need to engage the reader, because otherwise, what's the point? It was just too much. There was so bitty, and it's like, who's this character that we've never heard of, and we're seeing their viewpoint, and then suddenly we're never going to hear of them again, but there wasn't a huge amount of relevance to the story with that. Whereas Asha, who we followed, and we're interested, invested in her story, what's going to happen in the Iron Islands, who is going to, where are they going to go, what's their alliance is going to be, or is she in danger, is she going to escape? So you have all of that tension for Asha, and then suddenly you don't hear of her for like a third of the way at least, or half the book, and then she pops up again. But all of the tension that you had at that point of leaving her has been resolved, and she's like somewhere else with someone else, and it's like, well, you just lost all of that tension and emotional investment by leaving it such a long time before we found her again. And now I'm just like, what do I care about what happens to her now? She seems all right. Have I got time to be bothered about what she's going to do, because we've got other stuff going on and it's been such a long time since we saw her? It just kind of pulled me out of the story. And there are other characters that we follow from the Night's Watch. Yes, it is the Night's Watch. One of my favourite characters from the Night's Watch, on a ship, in a storm. We hear of a major character from the Night's Watch being in their health declining, that then kind of puts the mission they're doing in jeopardy. But we're not there for any of that, with the storm at sea and the illness and the what's going to happen and what do we do now. We have them going off on the mission. The next thing we know, they're in a tavern. Favourite places, taverns, where we can look at all the drunk people and the whores and complain about other members of the Night's Watch that aren't really acting like watchmen. They're just whoring and singing and drinking and gambling. So we just have a load of Sam's frustration. Oh, a load of someone's frustrations. I'll add spoiler to the description, because I'm not refilming all of this. Someone's frustrations is discussed about the situation, and we're told that they were at sea in a storm and all this stuff, and it's, why weren't we present? Why are we hearing about this whilst we're sat in a tavern? There was no tension, there was no emotional empathy. It was just like, oh, that's a shame. What are you gonna do now? You're stuck in a tavern, aren't you? Getting a bit bored. Where are we going with this? And it was like, wow, so much. Could have been so much, and it just annoyed me. And I then just Wikipedia'd the 5th book to kind of see where the story went. So yeah, didn't continue reading the books. Right, I think I've done enough damage on that tag. Let's fish out some more. Got 2 left. So, question number 2. I feel this is a shambles now. I don't like this genre, but I love this book. I was copying these down from my notes on a notebook. I think the actual phrasing is, I don't read a lot of this genre, but I like this book, which works better. So I have 2. I don't read sort of like a huge amount of like literary books, or books that are, and I don't really enjoy a compilation of short stories, because I find that they are too bitty, and I don't really engage with, I feel by the time I start to get an emotional connection to them, we've moved on to a different story. So I feel I don't have enough kind of time with them, and it bothers me. This literature kind of collection, it was like lots of different short stories, and I thought it wasn't going to work, but Bernardine Evaristo's Girl, Woman, Other was amazing. It was so good. Absolutely loved it. And the other one, I have another book. The other one was a memoir. I don't really read a lot of memoirs, but I loved Amru Al-Kadi's Unicorn. This was so beautiful. It got me emotionally. There were moments of hope in there. There are funny moments in here. I definitely recommend reading this one. It was brilliant. And our final tag, we've nearly drunk this painful tea, is question number 4. I do not like this trope, but I love this book. Okay, so for me, I do not like the trope of love triangle. Without spoiling, really not going to spoil this one, there are some characters in the very large cast of the Stormlight Archive. And in Words of Radiance and Oathbringer, there is kind of like a love triangle set up between some of the characters, but it didn't bother me. And as far as I'm aware, things resolve in Oathbringer. And again, I wasn't bothered by it. I think it helps that it is a side focus of the story. It's not the main focus of the story. It's just kind of like an aspect of that some of the characters are dealing with and experiencing as they grow. I thought it was handled really well. I thought all 3 of the characters' emotions were explored. I think it was also that no one ever really kind of completely committed to it. It was just more kind of musings. There wasn't any sort of like tension or jealousy, and I think that helped. You know, there were definitely moments when I'm like, you know, if all of them were up for it, you know, why not a 3-way relationship? But I think it worked really, really well in this book. So I enjoyed it a lot. And the other one, which I really enjoyed, I don't have a copy of this book, but I really want to get it at some point, is the Miscommunication Trope. And the book that I thought did this brilliantly in was Loveless by Alice Oseman. So again, usually this trope is just done to kind of create drama and tension so the story doesn't fizzle out. And that's when it's highly annoying, because you're like, there is no reason for you not to talk to each other, just talk to each other. Whereas in Alice Oseman's Loveless, it was a part of these characters' story. It felt natural for them. They're all at uni, they're all trying to work out who they are, what they want. They're trying to unravel their very complicated emotions and identity, and there's so much that they're dealing with that people are quick to make decisions, to get upset by things, and to just go off and deal with them before that other person has a chance to explain kind of what's happening. And all of that felt very normal. And also the characters were trying to go and deal with it straight away. They were like, I really need to address this. I really need to talk to them. But at the moment, I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know what I am. So I need to kind of get that sorted so I can explain to them. Because at the moment, I don't know how to explain anything to them. But I miss them and I don't want them to be hurt. So it all was very healthy in Alice Oseman's style. It was all done really well. People took responsibility for what they did and said sorry. And it was just beautiful. The book is beautiful. I absolutely love it. I love all the characters. I love all of the friendships and romances and all the different aspects of love that is explored in there. And it's just a beautiful book. And the tea is empty. We drank this tag. I do apologise for waffle and potential spoilers for Song of Ice and Fire. But hey, I think it was only minor, and I'll put it in the description. So please do look at the descriptions. I'll have all the books linked there so you can find out more about them if you want to from Storygraph. Storygraph does trigger warnings, so please do check them out if you are likely to be triggered by things in books. I will also be linking the channels as well. So I'm about to tag some people now, which is the fun bit. So I'm going to tag 5 people because I love doing like little shout outs and tagging people. But first of all, I want to tag all of you. So if you want to try this tag, then please do. Even if you don't have a booktube channel, please just give me your answers down below in the comments. That would be amazing. If you do have a booktube channel and haven't done this tag yet and really want to, please consider yourself tagged, and please tell me that you've done it so I can come and watch your video. So people that I am specifically tagging are Anitha from the channel Anitha Gade. I would like to see her give some spicy opinions. I think they would be a lot of fun. So looking forward to that if you can do that, Anitha. I would also like to tag Vadania. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, because the previous video I did not pronounce it properly, and I'm very sorry. This is Vadania from the channel Vadania Silverscribe. I recently enjoyed her March wrap-up where she got a little bit ranty about a very popular middle grade, and that was a lot of fun to watch. I really enjoyed looking at her opinions and hearing about them. So I'd love to see more, Vadania. Please give us some more book rants, book gushes. I'd love to see them. I also want to tag Khushi from the channel Khushi Kishore. She hits books when she's happy. She gets annoyed by noisy neighbours hammering over her videos. I am looking for some top quality drama with the contradictions tag from Khushi. So if you can, Khushi, if people have stopped hammering, I would love to see you do this tag. I'd also like to tag This Day and Paige. Her channel is really chilled, and she's got this really kind of like calm, wonderful chaos vibe, which I really enjoy watching. But I feel like she has some very strong opinions, so I'd like to see them in this contradiction tag. And finally, I would like to tag Fina from the wonderful channel involving the pun Fina Reads or Fine Reads. I really enjoy her videos, and I would like to know what books you would be putting on this contradiction tag, Fina. So if you have a chance, we'd love to see this tag from you too. So there we go, we've drunk the tea, we've done the tag. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you managed to stick through the waffle. I'm so sorry, this is very clearly, I think, one that could have done with a bit of editing, but we don't have that luxury. So thank you so much. I'm going to say goodbye now. Goodbye, happy reading, and I hope you read books that you love rather than books that annoy you, although it does make fun content to see. Happy reading, everyone. Take care.